It's a regular day in the world of combat sports, and suddenly the boxing gods drop a bombshell that echoes like a punch to the gut. Mike Tyson, yes, the one and only Iron Mike Tyson, steps into the ring, not as a fighter but as a mentor. Who's his protege, you ask? None other than the legendary Manny Pacquiao. You heard that right. In the midst of the boxing world's collective gasp, Tyson elaborated on his unexpected choice, saying, "Look, Floyd's had his time and we all know he's got his own plans, but Terence Crawford? He's a hungry lion in that ring, and it's time for Manny to roar with him." And roar they might. Pacquiao, known for his humility and determination, echoed Tyson's sentiment with a touch of his own flair, stating, "I've faced the best, and I want to face the best. Mayweather's history, but Crawford's the future." Well, you can't argue with that logic. The unexpected alliance between the legendary Iron Mike Tyson and the iconic Manny Pacquiao has ignited a storm of excitement across the boxing landscape. Renowned boxing analyst Max Kellerman weighed in with, "This is a seismic shift in the boxing world. Tyson's aggression is pretty apparent." If you thought Tyson was just going to fade into the background, think again. Tyson's involvement has not only stirred the pot, but has also sparked discussions about the potential strategies they might employ against Crawford. The speculation is rife, and boxing aficionados are placing bets on the surprises this dynamic duo could unleash. You can almost hear the bookies sharpening their pencils. In response to the speculation, Tyson threw a curveball, quipping, "The element of surprise, my friend. That's what we're banking on. We're cooking up something in the lab, and when the time is right, we'll let it explode in the ring." The lab explosions? Sign us up. As the news continues to reverberate through the boxing world, one can't help but wonder if this audacious alliance will usher in a new era of unpredictability and excitement in the sport. With Tyson and Pacquiao teaming up for the challenge of Terence Crawford, one thing is certain: the boxing ring is set to become a battleground where legends are made and history is rewritten. It's like the script of a Hollywood blockbuster, but this time it's real. The story begins with a bombshell announcement at Reason's New Year's Eve extravaganza at the Saitama Super Arena, a colossal event that sent shockwaves across the globe. Reason's CEO, Nobuiki Sakakibara, called Manny Pacquiao into the ring and proposed a rematch with the undefeated Mayweather. The crowd erupted in jubilation, setting the stage for a potential clash of titans. However, what makes this rematch truly spellbinding is the involvement of the legendary Mike Tyson as Pacquiao's trainer. That's like throwing gasoline on a bonfire of excitement. Iron Mike Tyson, renowned for his intimidating presence and ferocious style, has taken on the role of Pacquiao's mentor. Reports suggest that Tyson's training camp is a symphony of raw power and technique, with the former heavyweight champion pushing Pacquiao like never before. The prospect of Tyson's guidance in Pacquiao's corner has added an unprecedented layer of intrigue to this potential showdown. Who would have thought we'd see Tyson shouting advice instead of throwing punches? While the rumor mill churns with excitement, it's important to note that no official confirmation or press releases have been issued. Yet this uncertainty only heightens the anticipation, transforming the event into a captivating mystery waiting to be unraveled. As one passionate fan aptly puts it, envisioning Tyson in one corner, Mayweather in the other, and Pacquiao charging like a hurricane creates a scenario that legends are made of. The world waits with bated breath for shadows to turn into substance and speculation into reality. It's like waiting for that plot twist in your favorite TV show. The proposed date for this historic bout is February 22nd, 2024, a mere stone's throw away. The countdown has begun, and fans are already clearing their schedules and stocking up on snacks, ensuring they won't miss this potentially historic event. You might want to mark your calendar too, because this is going to be one for the ages. Now let's take a closer look at the two fighters themselves. On one side, there's Floyd "Money" Mayweather, a name synonymous with boxing excellence. Undefeated in his professional career, Mayweather is renowned for his unparalleled defensive skills, which allow him to make opponents miss punches with incredible precision. He's a master of the sweet science and has the record to prove it. Mayweather's fights are a testament to his strategic brilliance and technical prowess. He's like the chess grandmaster of boxing. On the flip side, we have Manny "Pac-Man" Pacquiao, a force of nature hailing from the Philippines. With 62 wins, including 39 by knockout, and multiple world titles under his belt, Pacquiao is a living legend in the world of boxing. His unique style is marked by speed, power, and an unyielding spirit. Even at his age, he possesses the qualities of a true champion and is hungry for redemption after his defeat to Mayweather in 2015. Pacquiao is like that phoenix rising from the ashes. The clash of styles between these two fighters adds another layer of intrigue to this potential rematch. Mayweather's elusive defensive tactics contrast starkly with Pacquiao's aggressive whirlwind of punches from all angles. The contrast between Mayweather's evasive maneuvers and Pacquiao's relentless aggression promises a battle that fans won't soon forget. It's like watching a high-speed chase with both drivers refusing to yield. Adding to the intrigue, there are whispers that Mayweather might venture into the world of mixed martial arts. This unexpected move could see Mayweather testing his skills in the octagon, a transition that would undoubtedly revolutionize combat sports. The thought of Mayweather employing leg kicks and grappling skills adds an entirely new dimension to the conversation. It's like watching a superhero step into a different comic book universe. On Pacquiao's side, rumors circulate about a secret punch, a move so lethal that it could instantly change the course of a fight. While unconfirmed, the possibility of Pacquiao unveiling such a weapon on the grand stage is enough to captivate the imagination of fans worldwide. It's like a magician pulling a rabbit out of a hat. Except in this case, the rabbit is a thunderous punch. The mental game is equally crucial in this matchup. Mayweather is a master of mind games, renowned for his psychological warfare in the lead-up to fights. Pacquiao, driven by a quest for redemption, will face off against Mayweather's mind-bending tactics, creating a fascinating duel of wits. Each passing day heightens the tension, akin to a high-stakes poker game where both fighters keep their strategies close to the chest. It's like watching a psychological thriller unfold before your eyes. Venue speculations have also emerged, with talks of revisiting the site of their 2015 bout, a place steeped in history and nostalgia. The idea of déjà vu and a rematch in the same arena where their paths first crossed adds an element of poetic significance to the potential fight. It's like stepping back in time, only with a twist. The official weigh-in, scheduled for February 22nd, 2024, is more than a mere formality. It serves as a psychological battlefield, where the stare-downs and unspoken exchanges between the fighters create an atmosphere thicker than oatmeal. The tension at this moment is palpable, setting the stage for the impending showdown. It's like watching a showdown in the Wild West, where the fastest draw wins. The trainers, Mayweather Sr. and Freddie Roach, play a pivotal role behind the scenes, devising strategies and fine-tuning their fighters' skills. Their influence is akin to puppeteers manipulating marionettes, orchestrating every move with precision. The trainer's chess-like approach to the fight adds an additional layer of complexity to this already multifaceted event. It's like a game of three-dimensional chess where every move matters. Beyond the personal narratives and tactical considerations, this potential rematch carries immense significance for the sport of boxing itself. Mayweather and Pacquiao, by stepping back into the ring, are not merely reliving their glory days, but actively shaping the future of the sport. This exhibition transcends a mere fight. It serves as a blueprint for aspiring fighters and an enduring source of inspiration for generations to come. It's like witnessing the passing of the torch in real time. The tentative date for this epic showdown is set for February 22nd, 2024, just around the corner, and fans worldwide are already counting down the days. It's not just a rematch, it's the sequel of the century, and it has captured the imagination of fans everywhere. So brace yourselves, because the world of boxing is about to explode with excitement, and you won't want to miss a second of it.